It's Minecraft Origins Explained. Today I've got the Frogborn origin created by the user known as Toes. You can find us in the Origin Discord server, which the link will be down in the description down below as always. The Frogborn is a true impact origin, everyone's favourite amphibians. These bouncy lads can hop to their heart's content, made by Toes. And let's get right into the abilities. Hip Hop, you can double jump, with your second jump allowing you to reach new heights. This ability is very interesting to say the least, because you can get various different jump boosts depending on how you use it or your luck on the actual jump itself. In some cases, you'll only ever go an extra block high with this double jump intact, but in other cases, you can add an additional 5 blocks towards your jump if you do it just right. From what I can gather from just playing around with it for a few minutes, it's more about the timing of when you do your second jump after your first jump. The quicker you can do, it seems like the higher you'll go on your second jump. So pretty much you're going to have to double press space immediately to get the best out of the jump. But then that doesn't even work all the time. Sometimes you'll only ever get the 4 blocks high of a jump, or maybe even 3 blocks high if you're not lucky enough. It's very weird about its timings and how the actual jump gets expanded based upon how you use it. It's very weird, but also can be very useful once you learn how to use it correctly. Tongue, you can shoot out your tongue and pull your enemies closer towards you. Again, there's a lot of quirkiness with this ability, quite like there is with the other ability, mainly because I can't quite gather the precise range this ability will actually do any effect. It seems to be somewhere around the 10-15 block mark is when it may stop working as well, but then also in other circumstances it won't even affect a mob even if they're pretty close to you, because it seems like stuff like grass and other little bits and pieces that can be on top of ground can affect whether the ability will actually function correctly or not, as well as if it bumps into if the mob that you're pulling towards you bumps into any blocks whatsoever, it will immediately cease the current effect. As you can see in this clip here, on ice it works at its absolute best, being able to fling from a huge distance away from you all the way towards your location, which is pretty damn useful. It seems like the fleeing range, like the pull range, seems to be roughly around about 7-ish blocks. Like, it's got a good range on how far it's going to pull towards you, but again, it's just one of those things where it's a little bit quirky in how it works, but maybe that adds to the fun of this. Sturdy legs. You have resistance to velocity-based damage. Due to the sturdiness of your legs, however, you can no longer wear leggings of any kind. Yeah, I mean, your fall damage is severely reduced, but due to how high you can double jump, you still take about half a heart of fall damage every time you do use your double jump if you're not going any higher than the current block that you're currently sitting on. So overall, it's useful to have there because it makes you more resistant to fall damage when you're using your double jump, but you're still going to take it pretty regularly, mainly because, well, your double jump still goes high enough that fall damage can be inflicted anyway. Pathetic body, you're just underneath 1.5 blocks high. I mean, what more is there to say about this part? You're bad 3 slabs tall. I mean, it means that when you shift and crouch, you can go underneath a gap that's like 1 block tall, and you might be able to squeeze underneath a trapdoor as well if you're lucky enough, but I mean, you're 3 slabs tall, really. Weakling, you have 8 hearts. I mean, you have 2 less hearts than normal, not really a massive game changer overall. Dehydrated, you're weakened in hotter biomes. This basically just means you have weakness 1 for 4 seconds, while infinitely looping 4 seconds whilst in a hot biome, but the moment you leave a hotter biome, that 4 seconds will count down pretty much immediately. So you don't have to worry about the weakness staying well past its welcome when you do leave a hotter biome. You just have to worry about the fact that you're just going to have it when you're in a hot biome, but it's not going to be too game changing. Swift Swimmer, you move swiftly through water. It's honestly quite an interesting ability. You just move a lot, not quite a lot, somewhere between slightly and a bit faster. Yeah, like you do swim a fair bit faster than what you usually would when swimming through water. It's very noticeable, especially when you're going through underwater with your sprint swim, so it will probably be very useful towards you, especially if you've got an underwater base or something along those lines. Pond diet, you can only eat dried kelp, slime balls, and magma cream. Both slime balls and magma cream have roughly around the same hunger benefits, kind of similar to what dried kelp does, but a bit of a side note, you can still eat cake as well as golden apples and enchanted golden apples, so they're not completely out of the picture, unlike in most other origins when they restrict your food. Croak, you can play the frog horn. By using your secondary ability power key, you can just make frog noises. There's really not much more to that. You spam it, you make frog noise. You know, frog noise go brr. Amphibian breathing. As a result of your amphibian physiology, you are able to breathe underwater slightly longer than normal. This is honestly a pretty major buff towards you. You can pretty much last, I think, roughly around 20-ish seconds more than usual. It's like, it's a decent bit longer. It's not like massively longer. I'd say it's almost double the amount of length of time you can last underwater than what you usually would be able to. Either way, it's pretty damn useful considering you're a frog. Anyway, what are your opinions on this origin? Let me know in the comments down below, and as always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers at some point in the future, but either way, click this video on screen now for some more origin goodness. Bye bye!